Hi, Mike Pekor here from Tai Chi of Long Island, and in this short video I'm just going to do some loosening up exercises that have contributed to my Tai Chi practice. Okay. First of all, I'm leaving my arms completely limp and loose, like overcooked spaghetti. Each foot is consciously placed on the floor as if the entire sole of the foot is glued to the floor or suctioned to the floor. The rotations are being powered by rotating the femur, the long bone from the knee up to the hip, inside the quad, inside the pelvis. So, for instance, as I'm rotating this way, the left femur is rotating outward, away from my center. The right femur is rotating inward, folding inward towards my center. And then the process is just reversed to go the other way. So if I'm facing my right, your left visually, this femur head, the left femur head, is rotating, corkscrewing inward. This femur head is rotating outward. As you continue, you gradually discover how to position your pelvis, your spine, your head, everything, so that the rotations create a pull across your whole body that's even, comfortable, and elastic. As you go on, you can choose to make the stance wider. It's still the simultaneous rotation of the femur head in the pelvis, in the quad, that makes the movement happen. This requires the use of all the muscles in the lower abdomen, in the inguinal crease, and everything that's attached to those muscles and to that part of the body, above and below. So when I'm here, in order to stay here, I have to engage the musculature of the midsection. As I release it, if I want to stay here, it's the muscles in the core that have to become fixed. So now we try with one leg in front. It's a little harder with one leg in front to create the type of elastic winding that powers the next turn. So for instance here, I have less pull, less torque built into the quad than I do when the feet are parallel. Now I feel very tightly wound into this quad, and I can then release that power and wind into the other quad. This way, it's a bit harder to create that same amount of torque. But as you go on, by lowering yourself slightly, angling yourself slightly differently, maybe changing the position of your feet slightly, toe in sometimes allows a greater winding of everything, the fascia, the muscles, the tendons, the ligaments, etc. Toe out, right? If I'm turning toe out, it's more difficult to fold and get a strong winded feeling, a strong sense of torque through the midsection. If I'm toe in, it's much easier to create that torque, although I have less range of motion in the outward direction. So it's a compromise. As you go on, what you can do is, instead of winding all the way to the left and letting the upper body swing to its fullest here, what you can do is about halfway through your twist, begin to twist in the opposite direction with the qua, turning the femur heads, twisting the body back the other way while the upper body is still traveling back on the momentum of the first twist. So we have twist 1 and twist 2 starting down here, coming back this way while this is still traveling here. So everything is powered, again, from the qua, from the femur heads, movement and spin and torque within the pelvic region. Each one doing its part. When the left is closing, the right is opening. When the right is closing or rotating in towards the center, the left is opening. This gives tremendous impetus to the upper body. You have to be mindful of your knees. They should feel comfortable, not stretched throughout. Although they will get a mild stretch no matter how conscientious you are about it. But a healthy stretch will make that tissue in the area of the knee more pliable and healthier, not injured and torn. So, some other main points. Okay, so this feeling of looseness and of the whole body being controlled from here. Sink the chi to the dantian. Sink the chi to the dantian. Let the dantian. So if you do any silk reeling, for instance, again, it's the same idea. All the action is being generated from the qua, right? Not so much upper body. Again, from here. Femur head rolling out. Now this femur head is rolling out. Mike Pekor, Tai Chi of Long Island.